Jim for today is actually a quote from Reverend Paula White, and I thank her very much for allowing me to use this. But it's something to make you think. I'm always giving you guys something to make you think. Did you know the wealthiest place in the world is in the cemetery? Sealed deep within graves are dreams never pursued, goals never achieved, songs never sung, books never written, services never provided, and inventions never patented. Every one of us has the choice of taking these treasures to our graves or birthing our dreams while we are still here on the earth plane. And I ask you, brothers and sisters, which will you choose? Because there's many of you out there. Oh, you know, I have these songs that I'd like to sing. I have these poems that I'd like to write. I have that book that I'd really like to put my thoughts in. And you never do it. You never do it. I have a poem that I read during funerals called The Dash. And it talks about that space between your earth birthday and your earth death, that dash in between those two numbers. And I'm always asking people, what are you doing with your dash? That's what this is about. What are you doing with your dash? What are you doing with it? Pay attention to what you're paying attention to. Pay attention to what you're paying attention to. Our scripture lesson this morning is from the Bible, from translating from the physical to the spiritual. And we're going to talk about God will support and assist you. You know, there's an old saying in African American tradition that says, he may not come when you want him, but he's right on time. Sometimes in our troubled times in our lives, through our tears, through our fears, through our uncertainties, we feel that God is not close to us. We feel that God is nowhere near, but remember, the ground on which you stand is holy ground. Wherever you are, God is, and what? All is well. Regardless of the appearance, regardless of what you think you are seeing, all is well. Just remind you, these two things we call eyeballs will fool you. So you have to see with the spiritual eyes. You have to use your discernment. You have to use your intuition. And yes, every last one of you in here are intuitive. You call it those coinky dinks, or I just had a feeling, or you know, my tummy felt kind of funny and I knew something was the way it should be. We call that intuition. But the trick is learning to follow it. You know, when you know you should have taken that right and you took that left and you go, I should have had a V8. No, you should have listened to your intuition. Of course, drinking that V8 may have helped. But you have to learn to listen. God will support and assist you. The center of you is the center of your universe. As an individualized expression of God, you create your reality, your universe, from within you by aligning with unchanging divine principles. Be about creating and experiencing God consciousness to the highest degree of harmony possible. That's not about hitting people over the head and getting them to believe the way that you do. You have to walk this life gently, and sometimes you have to carry a big stick, and that's just to keep others off of you, not to hit them with. Actualize and exemplify God life by being in harmony within and radiating that harmony without. Tell you all the time, if you got all this garbage going on in your life out here, it's because you need to turn inside and see what's happening on the inner plane, because your outer existence is a reflection of what? The inner plane. So if you got a lot of chaos going on out here, a lot of dirt going on out here, you need to turn around and take a look on the inside. Clean that up first. Once you clean that up, everything else on the outside falls into place. Everybody understand? Everybody's okay with that? Well, you may not be okay with it, but you understand it, correct? Okay, all right. For mortal, physically minded people, it is impossible, but not for God. For all things are possible with God. And that's in Matthew 10:27. May this universal lesson open unto you the realization of our oneness, not only with our Father, Mother, God, but with each other as well, because we are like a spider web. Humanity is a spider web. We are linked, we are connected to each other. And so it is. God bless.